Hello students. Chances are this is your first time either exploring improvisation or practicing at home. And for the purposes of this video, we're going to use a Piano Safari song from Unit 1. It is titled Cowboy Improvisation. Now for some of you, we've already been doing improvisation from the very first lesson. But what I'd like to do is go ahead and talk about how to improvise on a basic level and just understanding putting little musical phrases and ideas together. So the first thing I would like to explain is that improvisation is really the same as composing. And for most of you, we do both of those in our very first lesson and start building upon that. Now, I would like you to think about all the songs you have played so far. So if you're using the Piano Safari book, you should recognize that, right? Charlie Chipmunk. We also have Hungry Hippo. All of these are very useful patterns for your improvisation, believe it or not. They're also very useful patterns for developing your own phrases, and it works together. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to experiment, and I'm going to play some of these play these phrases, and I'm going to twist and turn them a little bit. All right, so here we go. And I'm going to use a track that will be in your Evernote. Obviously, we recognize this. Now, that can be a first step for you into transitioning to improvisation, especially if you're not sure what kind of patterns you want to play. Now, the other side of that is complete free play. So just kind of jumping around a little bit. What this allows you to do is when you do free play, is you don't have to think about the order of notes. You can use rhythm, which everyone has a sense of rhythm within them, and you don't have to think about which way am I going, what notes am I playing. You're just going to focus mainly on rhythm. Da, 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 da. And if your rhythm flows with the song, your melodies are going to sound good. Okay, so the first step, maybe play some common ideas, and then you're just going to do some free play. Really the next step here that I want to talk about and what we will mainly focus on is, well then how do I make my own little ideas? So I'm going to go ahead and start this from the beginning. And we're going to think of this as break it apart into 3 blocks, okay? The first block is going to be one idea, and then the same idea, but slightly different. The second block is something a little bit different, and the same thing there. We're going to take that idea and twist it a little bit at the end. And then the third block, we're going to take that, a different idea, and twist it at the end. So really what you would want to do maybe is explore freely on the keyboard and then find some ideas that you like. Something maybe like, right? And then you can try going. And we're just trying to figure out just a variation, just different ways to play it. So that could be one idea. We could start here on this note. And then the same idea, the end, instead of going down, we went up. And we could also do so what you're going to hear me do is, hear me play, is repeating similar ideas so I can really build a foundation here for the language of improvisation, which is really the same thing as composition or composing melodies. Here we go. A different idea. Idea number 2. Same thing, a little different at the end. Completely different idea here. A little different. Starting over. Repeat the idea. Different idea. Repeat it. Okay, third idea. Repeat it, different. Okay, and you can actually just focus on one idea and then changing that. You want to be able to repeat what you say, okay? So you understand what it is you're doing versus just randomly picking out notes. And the final thing that we'll do, just a little fun thing, we're going to add in what's called the blues note. And in this particular, what we call the key, we're going to use the note A and throw it into the mix. So here's what that sounds like. Now you don't want to land on it, you want to use it as a passing note. Gives a really neat sound to that. Okay, so I hope that helps you out this first few weeks of improvisation, and of course we will continue to develop that in our future lessons.